What is happening, Beat Up Cat family? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mel, and this is
JC.
Boys and girls, we got a card in our hands. Not a very exciting one, to be honest, but it is what it is. We're here to have some fun and make some money. For those of you who are here to make money, this is the channel. Have fun too. This is the channel as well. So click on that like, subscribe, and post a comment. You send some pictures. Now, we first want to do is thank you all for the likes and all the views and the subs. It's well appreciated, but we are missing a couple of comments, and we wish that you boys and girls ask us anything about how this channel came to be, anything at all, except our locations, because we're not giving you that. Anyways, let's get on the card. We're gonna go really fast on this one. We're just gonna make emphasis on the fights that we're gonna be betting, and that's about that. So
yeah, this is a boring card, and it's not the best one in the world. So we are gonna emphasize more in fighters that are known, because there is a lot of new common fighters. So there is not so much type and information on it. Okay.
Alright, so the first card is going to be a women's flyweight bout between Silva versus Bleda. Now, I'm going to be straight honest in this fight. I'm a little bit interested in this fight, but Bleda's record seems to be fed up by very easy fights. It's not our pick, but if I were you boys and girls, if you want to consider this, go with Silva. Silva has a much impressive record than Bleda. And if you do your due diligence, you're going to find out what that is. Now, the next fight of the night is a bantamweight bout between Houston and Garcia, and this is also our first pick of the night, and we are betting on Houston. The reason why we're betting on this fella is because his takedown average is 6, and this guy comes with a very good wrestling background. Yeah. The other fella is only a striker.
Yeah, and the most important in this fight that is that Houston will fight for your money. He's a relentless wrestler that he will go for a takedown, a takedown, a takedown, a takedown. The last fight he attempted 15 takedowns. Imagine be fighting 15 minutes wrestling, how tired you can be. So the other guy is a striker. So imagine how tired he will get. And also, we always have the concern when it's a wrestler with a striker that the striker can KO the other guy, but this is not the issue over here, because Garcia only have one KO and was with a butcher fighter, like he was fighting with me. So we don't have the problem with the KO. So Hellstein, I think that he get a submission and he will get the money for us. So a lot of confidence over here.
Yep. Alright, so let's move on to the next fight of the night. It's going to be a women's strawweight bout between Demopoulos versus Oliveira. Demopoulos versus Oliveira.
Horrible fight.
Boys and girls,
keep your money in your pocket.
Yeah, keep your money in your pocket. We're gonna move on to the next one. We really didn't do any due diligence on these two ladies. Yeah, we do know Oliveira. We do know Oliveira, but we don't want to stick our hands in this one. So we just want to watch and see. Yeah. So the next fight of the night is a bantamweight bout between Turcios versus Natividad.
This fight sucks.
Again, no disrespect to these two warriors, because getting in the cage and beating somebody up, it takes a lot of balls. Yeah. But we are not doing nothing on this one. We are not even. I mean, chances are Natividad might get this one, but if you go for the record, it might be Turcios. We do not do due diligence in this fight at all, so we're gonna move on to the next fight. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this a lot today because we're just emphasizing on the people, on the fights that we believe we can make some money on, the most exciting ones out of the boring card.
Yeah.
Right. So the next fight of the night is gonna be a bantamweight bout between Morales versus Jones. Now, this one is not our pick either. I do believe that Jones should have this fight.
Yes, sir.
This man looks really strong.
And has better wrestling.
And has, like JC said, has better wrestling than the other fella. Not saying the other fella is weak or nothing like that, but if you take a look at Jones, his repertoire, it's quite good. So if you guys are going to bet, I would say fight doesn't go to decision. I think Jones absolutely is going to finish this guy off. But if you want to minimize your losses, in case you have doubts the other guy is going to win, just fight doesn't go to decision. Somebody's getting knocked out, somebody's getting submitted. That's it. So the next fight of the night is going to be a women's flyweight bout between Maya versus Moros.
I think that this fight is closer than the lines indicate. Like they are giving like so much value on Moros, but if you see the level of competition, Jennifer Maya has been fighting
Absolutely,
the best
I
of
do
the
believe
best.
they did that on this fight on
Yeah.
purpose. On
I
purpose.
think that Maya will be a good bet, but I think that the best bet that you can bet in this fight, it will be fight go to decision. These two ladies are super tough and they are not gonna finish each other, you know. But if you tell me like which bet I like more, I like Maya at plus 160, you know, like Moros minus 190, I don't think that is a good bet, you know,
Right.
because the level of competition, you know, like if Maya fight with good IQ.
The only thing I'm concerned about Maya is that she's coming from a 2-streak loss already.
Yeah, but if you see her opponent, you know,
I know,
yeah,
but still, that affects your
yeah. So
your psychological psyche against, you know, when it comes to another fight. Most of the fighters, you know.
the next fight is Charles Johnson against Chalgas Chumagulov. Charles Johnson, he is a LFA champion, and this fight is super weird because Johnson is a guy that when you see his fight, he take a little bit to start, and this is
He's kind of slow. He's kind of slow.
It's like a Peter Yan, you know, like. And this fight is only 3 rounds, so you don't have so much time, you know, to get quicker. Because if you lose 1 round, you have to win the second and the third one. So you know that. And Chagas is not the best fighter in the world, but he has been making improvement in his last fight. So you know, I prefer to keep my money on my pocket in this one. But if anything, Charles Johnson because the wrestling.
And because also Chumagulov is coming from a 2-streak loss. He's coming out of a loss, and that can potentially do a little bit of a harm to, like I said before previously, to the psychological psyche of a fighter. Alright, so the next fight, and it's our second pick of the night, is gonna be De La Madalena versus Roberts. This is a welterweight bout, boys and girls, and we are picking De La Madalena. We picked this fight when it was minus 400.
Yeah, because right now
It's
we don't
close.
have to tell you that, you know, he's a lock. For me, this is our lock of the night and our max bet that we have already. We got it when the line was minus 400 when in opening. And right now it's getting crazy. It's minus 680. So, you know, like this line is indicated that he's going to win. And I think that the UFC is feeding him with Roberts, 37 years old. He has been getting knocked out. And you see how good De La Madalena is in the striking. So I think that this fight, they are giving it Roberts to get a good highlight on De La Madalena and give it a good fight on UFC 284 in Australia. That's what I think.
Alright, so our next fight of the night is going to be a welterweight bout between Fialho versus Salikov.
Yeah.
And this is also our third pick of the night. We're picking Fialho. Even though both of these guys are coming from
Losses.
from 1 loss each, I do feel that Fialho is gonna pull in this one.
Yeah.
His reach is much bigger than
Younger.
Salikov. He's younger.
I think that his chin is better. Also, Salikov put a lot on his power, so he sometimes get gas out, you know. And when you are fighting with a guy that is 10 years younger, maybe that can, you know, give you problems over there. But anyone can get knocked out over here, but we are banking on Fialho.
Yeah, Fialho should pull out in this one, and that's our third pick of the night, boys and girls. The next fight of the night is going to be a heavyweight bout between Sherman versus Waldo Cortez. Again, we are picking Waldo. It's a no-brainer here. Sherman has been losing left and right. No disrespect to this fella, but they're feeding him. We feel like they're feeding him to Waldo.
And also, another thing that I was thinking, you know, like Waldo is the only Dominican that they have over here, and they want to have a Latin American, you know, a future, so they can bring more people to the sport and, you know, more views. You know, like they're always thinking like getting more money, you know, like getting another markers. So I think that they want to have a star over here on Waldo.
Right.
So
I mean, they've always had Latinos fighting here.
yeah, but
It's
not
always been the
from
case.
not from the Caribbean, you know, like island, you know, like this. He's from Dominican Republic, There is no fighter from Dominican Republic.
Born in Dominican Republic,
No,
not
he was the
necessarily
first
from
one.
parents Dominicans. Yes, there is.
Yeah, from parents. But I'm
From
telling you,
parents,
like,
but yeah,
he was born.
straight out.
Yeah.
Straight out. The only other guy from straight out from the island will be the last one. I think it was this Cuban guy Romero. And but yeah, that's our fourth pick of the night, boys and girls. We're picking Waldo Cortez and the next bout of the night is gonna be a light heavyweight bout between Nchuku versus Kurabala.
And this is the co-main event.
This is a co-main event, and this is our last pick of the night. So we are picking Nchuku in this one. Very easy observation, boys and girls. Nchuku on reach. It's
8
staggering,
inches.
and he is winning fights. And Kurabala, it's all the contrary. Kurabala has been losing fights left and
Kurabala
right.
is a first round fighter. If he doesn't kill you in the first one, he's dead. So this one, we like Nchuku, but also if you want to be more safe, you can bet fight doesn't go to decision because this one is not gonna pass the second round.
Yep,
They're gonna kill themselves.
It's not happening. It's not passing through the third round for sure. Through the second round. Alright, so the last fight of the night and the main event of the evening, and I'm kind of glad seeing Derek Lewis again versus heavyweight bout against SPIVAC. But this is the thing, though. Derek Lewis needs to win this one.
Yeah.
We're not betting in this one. We're just talking about it. Derek Lewis needs to win against this guy, and they didn't put him an easy fella.
No. This guy has a lot of wrestling. That guy beat Taito Ibasa. He was taking like he was nothing, you know. That guy is good, and like Derek Lewis said, he's in the hot spot. He has been coming from 2 straight losses. He need a win, and I think that the easiest bet is fight doesn't go to decision because this fight is 5 rounds, and I don't think that this fight is gonna pass the third round. But the bookies are all over that line. It's minus 800. They know that this fight doesn't go to decision. Like it's gonna be Derek Lewis first or second round KO, or Spivak ground and pound or submission. Really easy like that.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
So let's go back and revise all the picks so you guys know which picks we have right now. So we are having Houston. We are having Houston. That's the first pick. Second pick will be De La Magdalena. Then we got Fialo. Then we got Waldo Cortez, and then we got Nchuku. And those are of
5 picks.
5 picks that we could do in this card, and it took us
time.
a little bit because of this card.
A sketchy
This card. So I have nothing left to say, boys and girls.
Yeah, I have to say something else. These cards start at 1 p.m. So don't get asleep, guys. Like they usually start at 4, but these cards start at 1 p.m.
Yeah, start a little bit early. So.
Yeah.
Alright, boys and girls, so I guess we'll catch you in the next one. Let's bank on that 7th week in a row, alright? Catch you boys later. See ya. Bye-bye.